Hi, this is JilliBling. I have another project using Hearts and Hugs bundle. So here it is. And this is almost a true copy from what's in the upcoming catalog, the annual catalog. Isn't that just adorable? A little bit on the inside. So the products used for this project are Hearts and Hugs bundle. And the bundle includes the dies in the stamp set, Sentimental Park just for these flowers. And these flowers look very similar, I think, to these flowers. They have a little bit of detail in the center, kind of a hole in the center, and then this piece is to fill in the outline. Okay. So here's, boy, I think that's the smallest pile ever. And it is kind of a simple card, but I think it's really pretty in person. Like maybe you could see it there because it's close. We'll use the blending brush to put the yellow, the lemon lolly in the background. And maybe this time I'm going to try to do it just a little bit lighter so that the flowers stand out a bit more. But it's just a very sweet, simple card. I love it. So let's see, we will be using Baker's Twine 3-color pack. We will be using on this one Blooming Pearls, and these are all in the upcoming annual catalog. This is online exclusive 3D embossing folders. I think it's called Basic Embossing Folders, and it comes with 3. And this one that looks like dots, I think that works really well with this project. Oh, and in the catalog, Stampin' Up used 3 panels underneath here, and I was about to cut them and I thought, oh, I'm not going to be able to get them to exactly fit, so I just did one solid piece. And here are papers for the flowers, papers for the words. See how there's words right down here? That's just on a little scrap of paper. 2 different colors for the stems in the grass. I have Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon. So I'm going to set these off to the side. Okay, let's get started on this. So as I assemble the card, I'll tell you the paper cut sizes, and then I'll hold up my little cheat sheet and the card so you could do a screenshot, so you can make this one at home. Okay, so here's paper base in Lemon Lolly. This is 5.5 by 8.5. We always need scissors. Okay, and then these are inside papers. The Lost Lagoon is 5 1/4 by 4, and the white is 5 by 3 3/4. So for the outside, we have this piece which gets the texture on it, which is 5 1/4 by 4. I'll texture that using this folder. Oh, and if a folder is directional, or if a folder has a repeating pattern, it's nice to have the paper straight in here. For instance, if I would put it in like this, it'll texture most of it, but my whole card will look off. So I like to use this line right down here as a guide, with this part just kind of hanging. And that helps me line it up. So now my little dots on the side are all, I think I'm getting 3/4 of them the whole way. So here's the textured paper. Ooh, that could be like a golf ball card or something. And these 2 pieces, which are for the focal point, these are the lemon piece. This one here, the larger piece, is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and the white is 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. Okay, you ready? I'll hold these up. I'll do it on this one. Okay, ready for a screenshot? Okay, let's go. So this one here, I'm going to start out by using the die that comes in the Hearts and Hugs bundle, which is just these hearts. That will go right about here. And that does all these little hearts. Aren't those sweet? So here's that. And before I attach it, I'm going to use Lemon Lolly and the blending brush to do just a shadow of color in the background, right in the middle. Like I said, I'm going to try to do it lighter. So many times when you're using the blending brush, you want to be careful, like maybe start off the edge. But because most of everything I'm going to put the blending brush on is going to be covering up the blending brush soft swoosh of color, it's okay if I have a touchdown spot, a heavier spot than other areas. I was going to try to make it lighter, but I don't know if I did that. Actually, I think I made it darker. Okay, did I do any on the inside? I didn't. Okay, so that's blending brush. So now on the scrap pieces of paper, I'm going to use this die to cut out the Lost Lagoon and Pretty Peacock stems. And then these dies, I'll just turn them over. I have flowers and I have hearts. So it's 4 of each. And there's 2 different size flowers. These 2 are stuck together. And then there's hearts, and these are the same. So I have those ready to go. So on here, I'm going to stamp my words in Peacock. The sample I used, Sending a Big Hug. Let's see what else there is. Sending a Big Hug. I could just hug you, that's kind of cute. Sending Birthday Hugs, that's nice. I don't know if I have that one ready. Okay. Here it is. Okay, Peacock ink. Just a little bit darker than Lost Lagoon. This one might be big, like too big, but we'll make do. And if ever you have a hard time lining up your stamp onto a little paper, it's nice to put the stamp onto a larger block. So that way I could see the edge of the paper through the block. I was trying to do it on one of those long, narrow ones, and time after time I was having a problem. Put it on a big block, problem goes away, or it makes it easier. Okay, so I'm just going to trim this. Okay, what else? That's for, let's do the little bow. I'm thinking it should be in Lemon Lolly, but some of these other colors are kind of cute. And I'm going to do the tiniest bow my fingers know how to make. Today, Mama and I were getting our nails done, and we waited an extra week because she was on vacation. And that extra week in my world makes all the difference. Mine grow way too fast. I'm ready for them to be shorter. Just makes it easier. And we're getting a pedicure and a manicure. Look at, is that just the tiniest, cutest bow ever? Okay, we have all of our elements right there. How convenient is that? Okay, let's start building this card. First I'm going to attach this textured piece of paper to the front. And because it's so textured, you'll want to use a strong adhesive. The Stampin' Seal is good, or tear tape is good, or liquid glue is good. Just because there's so much texture on there, there won't be that much surface to surface contact. So you need to get something that will hold real strong. Right in the middle for good luck. Okay. Make sure it sticks down. Okay, and then this, we don't have to do any more stamping on it, so I can attach this. My Stampin' Seal, I'm almost out. Okay, but I don't want to see any adhesive webs through the hearts. Like that was a big one. Crazy driver. Okay, get this right in the middle. It's just a tiny little border, but it looks so good. Okay, then this goes on with dimensionals. Oh, and if you don't already have a demonstrator and you want to order anything, I would love to be your demonstrator, and you can use this host code if you're ordering less than $150. And I'll have that on my blog too. Okay. So this goes right in the middle. Okay, so attaching the stems to the words, I might try it a little opposite this time, because this one I did Lost Lagoon words, Lost Lagoon stems, Pretty Peacock. This time I might try Lost Lagoon, Pretty Peacock stems, then Lost Lagoon. If you're like, what are you talking about? I'll show you. So this is for, no, I'll put dimensionals back here, kind of close to the top. Then, because these stems are exactly the same die cut, I'm going to kind of stagger them because I don't want them to lay right over the top of each other. So the Lost Lagoon stem is off to the right a bit, and the Pretty Peacock is off to the left a bit. Therefore, this Lost Lagoon, I'll put it right about here. So see how it's off to the right? Now this next one, I'll put it directly onto the paper, but I'll have it staggered a bit, like right about there. Okay, so before I attach it, I'm going to put liquid glue just on the grassy part. And then this will be centered. The word centered right here at the bottom. Doesn't that look good? Okay, and now this here, I'm going to put glue just at the bottom of the grass and then leave these parts to kind of pop up. And I'll show you how I do that in just a minute. So I think these pretty peacock stems could take just a little bit of a fold until I get this piece in place. And again, I'm going for it being a little bit staggered, but somewhat balancing out my words. Okay, so that's kind of centered with the words. Okay, now to put the flowers and hearts on, I'll put a tiny dimensional, mini dimensional, under each of these little balls. So now my stems are kind of popped up a bit, because I went from flat glue to having a mini dimensional on the side. Okay. Kind of looking at some of these. I need more hands because I like this leaf right here, and that I think can be popped up. Oh, this is gonna get tricky. It's kind of like they're woven together. Ooh, I did it. Can I do that on any of the others? Maybe this one. Okay. Okay, so now all of these little balls, which are here purposely to hold the flowers or hearts, they are ready. But because there's so little of the dimensional, the adhesive showing, I don't want any of my flowers to fall off. Therefore, they're each going to get a dot of glue, and that will definitely hold the flower. The glue and the dimensional will hold the flower just fine. Okay, so the stems, I have 6 stems and I have 8 flowers and hearts. So something is going to be left out. How about one big flower and 1 heart? Those could be left out. These are the 6 that are going to go onto the card. So I copied the layout of the hearts and the flowers from the catalog. I might try to do it different, because on this one there are 3 hearts and 3 flowers. I might try to stagger them a little bit, so it's not just a band of hearts. So how about a heart here and a heart, oops, here, and a heart over here. They're so sweet. Okay, and then the flowers, I'll put the big flower at the top. And these little ones aren't that much littler. I use washi tape to hold the die in place. I have just a little bit of Moody Mauve washi tape right there. Okay. Isn't that just the sweetest thing? Okay, and this is without them being decorated in the bling. Okay, I wanted to stick down. It's like, find that dimensional under there. Get stuck. I know the glue will hold it once it dries. Okay, so now maybe the bow, I'll put it up here this time. Boy, I hope it's going to look good there. I didn't even test it. Yeah, that's just fine. Okay, and then a little bit of sparkle. So these gems, it looks like I'm looking at the different like blue peacock tones, and it looks like there's some that are a little bit, these look a little bit more Lost Lagoon, a little lighter, and these look a little bit darker, Pretty Peacock. And I'm going to use 3 big ones and 3 little ones. That's a Pretty Peacock one. Ooh, what is this? Okay. Here we go. I'm going to use a lighter color just because I found 3 little ones. Okay, so here is, and if ever you're like this, the glue dot is barely hanging on. Oh, you know what? Looking at the sample, I have sparkled just on the flowers. I think I like that better because if I put it on the heart, it's going to kind of disguise the heart. Okay. New plan. Let's put the Pretty Peacock big ones onto the flowers. Oh, and what I was saying, looking at this right here, the glue dot is barely hanging onto the gem. If ever that happens, just let the glue dot stay on this plastic piece and use your liquid glue to hold it in place, because the last thing you want is your card, your bling falling off. Oh, well, this looks interesting. Much different than the clear rhinestones. Look at that. Pretty. I like how the little leaves are kind of woven in there. Wonder if this one, I know the flowers should be the star of the show, but the leaves are really cute. You see the little detail in them? What other ones can I do? I think that's it. Okay. Away with these for now. See, the pink is cute too. So we're going on vacation next week on Monday. Be gone for about a week. And then Tony's looking forward to getting his new hip. A few weeks after we come back, he'll be getting his hip. Okay, so these little pieces can go into this die tray, and someone will say, oh, you already cut the pieces for me. Okay, so the front is done. Your foam pad, no matter if it's this foam or a different foam, any foam is good if you're doing polymer. Polymer is less expensive. You could see through it, which is awesome, but it doesn't have the foam in it. Like the cling stamps, it has the foam already, so you get a good stamped image. Therefore, if ever you're using polymer, pull out your foam pad. And we are using polymer. Okay, so the sample has no words, so you could write whatever you want on the inside, but it's got this cute little detail, which is Petal Park, 2-step stamping flowers, and then this piece right here. Great words on it too. So let's do something just like that. Okay, so to do the flowers, because this card is focusing on Lemon Lolly, which is great, I'm going to have the fill for the flowers. This one here, the bolder stamp, the more polymer to paper stamp, and Lemon Lolly. And then a darker hue is Daffodil Delight for the outline of the stamp. Okay, so let's start with Lemon Lolly. And that can go. I keep thinking that maybe I kind of want to do the blending brush in here. Maybe I could do it just a little different. But I do like that detail and Pretty Peacock. I like those little bubble, flower bubble things. And I should have a paper on here, because if I were to put another paper and stamp, 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 you get transfer, which isn't good. I should know better. And if you do this by accident, take your chamois or a baby wipe, and you could just wipe up the ink. But now it's wet. Probably should run it under the sink. Okay. So I'm going to flip it over and still use the polymer pad. Dry. But I'll put it under here. I have the wet side down to my plastic mat. Okay, let's carry on. I'm going to do, because I'm so fascinated with this little bubble. You know what? I just realized I didn't leave room for that little detail thing, which I like so much. Maybe I'll just put it somehow in there anyhow. Now I have to match all this up with the fill-in stamp. Two-step stamping. I'm trying to figure out how am I going to get this one in there somewhere. Somehow. Okay, so just look at the little bubbles. Those are probably just little flower buds. Look what a difference it makes, the two-step stamping, with the fill and without. They're both cute. One more. Okay. So now, how am I going to get that in there? Because I really like it. I think it brings the whole card together. Because in here, the front of the card is white, Lemon Lolly, Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon. Looks good. So in here, we have white, Lemon Lolly, and Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon. And I noticed that I stamped the flowers first, then I added this little detailed kind of lattice looking piece. Because the ink on the Lemon Lolly, the flower fill was still a bit wet, my Pretty Peacock detailed lattice stamp kind of smeared a little. So if I wait just a minute, maybe I could stamp it over the top. Oh, I have an idea. I'm going to try to be a bit artsy. If it doesn't work, we could do a redo. So maybe just a little here. Maybe just a little bit here and there. Because that's adding the touch of the alternate color. Kind of want to do one right there, but I think I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, I think that's it. We're getting there. So here's the card. I see the end of the roll coming. It's like I'm tempting it. Come on, a little longer. Yay! Oh, we need one more. Oh, like that looks a little lost on there. Oh, this perfectly frames it. Oh, no more adhesive. Okay, come on. Keep going. You could do it, Stampin' Seal. Yay! This, I keep thinking maybe it needs words or something. Do I dare? Sending birthday hugs. The Let's Celebrate is kind of cute. But you know what? This font is definitely kind of like a block font. Sending birthday hugs. So it's there when you need it. Yeah, I could just hug you. Sending a big hug. I think I'm just going to leave it. Then you go write on the inside. You have lots of room to write. Yeah, that's cute. Okay, that is it for today's project. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye.